Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're back in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today located on the British Isle of Man, from where we want to do a short flight to the city of London, to London City Airport, an airport where we've been before with the 146. Last time we did circuits there into runway 27. Today we're gonna do a flight there and we're gonna land on runway 09, which is the approach that will lead us directly over the city. So the more spectacular approach. The wind last time favored runway 27 unfortunately, but today we're gonna go for runway 09. At this time the wind seems to favor this runway and let's hope it stays that way. If we got a slight tailwind like 4 or 5 knots, we can still use runway 09 with this plane. Should be alright. I really want to come in over the city low and slow. That's really cool. So awesome. Let's board the airplane and let me show you the plan for today. So welcome to the cockpit of the 146. It's been a while, but I'm sure we're gonna find our way around. Let me pull up Navigraph so I can show you the flight for today. So here's the Isle of Man. We're located at Ronaldsway Airport. We're gonna take probably let me see the weather. 120. Yeah, so we're gonna take probably runway 08, and then since there are no departure procedures, we're just gonna fly southbound and intercept the radial out of the IOM, India Oscar Mike VOR, towards the main aisle. So we're gonna fly down here to Whiskey Alpha Lima, to Hotel Oscar November, and to the London VOR Lima Oscar November, which will lead us past Heathrow Airport, and then it's towards the city, towards the inner city, and towards the city airport of London, where we probably won't fly just straight in, but we want to fly the procedure of London City, which is this one. Let me overlay that. So we're coming in here from the west, gonna cross the NDB at 2,000 feet. So that's here for the initial approach. 2,000 feet. We're gonna cross the NDB, fly outbound here. Basically, we're gonna enter the holding pattern, but only fly half of a pattern and then leave it straight away. So we're going to come here outbound from the NDB with 062 degrees, so 30 degrees offset. Fly outbound for 1 minute, then turn right inbound towards the NDB 092 track. Cross the NDB, then outbound 304 degrees up to distance of 5 DME of the DME station here. At which point we're gonna do a left turn towards the ILS and then all the way down to the runway. The ILS has an approach angle of 5.5 degrees. Normal is 3 degrees, so that's quite a steep approach. You know that from last time. Coming down quite steeply. It's looking fantastic, especially when you're coming overhead the city. Good. So now let's get that out of the way and let's get the aircraft set up. Good. As always, we're gonna have a look at our levers here first. Parking brake is set, the air brake is in, flaps are up and corresponding, and the gears down. With that, battery 2 coming on, battery 1 coming on, and already start the APU because it's gonna take some time while we're at it. While the APU is starting up, we can arm the cabin emergency lights, get the no smoking lights to on, nav lights come to high intensity. The emergency lights for the flight deck coming to arm, can already turn on the APU generator left in the fuel pump for the APU. So that should then all be set. APU coming up on 100% RPM, generator coming on, low fuel pressure warning is coming off. With that APU air coming on, Pack 2, Pack 1 coming on. The air conditioner, flight deck and cabin fans coming on. Bus tie, auto AC and DC coming on. Standby inverters and standby generators coming on. Checking that the generator 4 and 1 are in the off and reset position. That coming up here. To the avionics, your damper 1 and 2 coming on, autopilot and avionic masters. A and B coming on. Brake fans coming to auto spoiler, and lift spoilers yellow green coming on. AC pump going to auto, PTU going on. If I remember correctly, the DC pump is responsible for the pressure in the wheel brakes. So let's get that on for a second. Good, so that's looking all very nice for now. With that, we can come down to our tablet here. And let's have a look at our OFP. Block fuel is going to be 4,700 kilograms. We're going to take 5 tons. That's good. Here's our route that we discussed. No information about how many passengers. That's okay. I'm going to pull that up in just a second. Let's import that here. So cargo, passengers, 105 passengers. Don't even need to check the flight plan. It's all brought in here automatically. But let's take just a little bit more fuel. Great. So continue to set up the aircraft here. Come up to the glare shield, flight director bars, pilot and co-pilot side coming on. The nav radio and the DME coming on. Good, with that, let's begin to set up our navigation. So the first nav station that we need is the Isle of Man VOR, which is at 112.2. Let's get that up here. And also the next VOR here on the standby, which is the Wallasey Whiskey Alpha Lima VOR at 114.1. So also get that in here, 114.1. First outbound track out of the Isle of Man VOR is 126 degrees. 126 degrees. And the next heading we're gonna set here on the nav 2 as a reminder is gonna be 139 degrees. 139 degrees. Altitude pre-select going to 28,000. That's 28,000. And that's all set. So we can pre-arm the altitude. Heading. Let me see. So runway 08 is in use. Initial heading is 080 according to the chart. So let's set this to 080. This is the little triangle here on the compass, on the HSI. Zero 80. Good, that's perfect. So we're setting heading here. Heading here, altitude is armed. And let's go indicated airspeed for the autopilot mode. Cool. So that's great. I got the autopilot on the button here. That's working fine. With that, let's also remove the trucks. All the doors are already closed. That's fine. Check the instruments. Yeah, we're gonna set the speed box. I think once the engines are running, when the airplane is configured for departure. Same thing with the CG and the trim. Can set that now in case we forget, but I want to set it again. Yeah, once everything is set, the flaps are set, everything is set for takeoff. Let's come down here. We are wrongly configured. We do not want to have the airplane with the MCU. So no FMS. Cabin announcement. There's state saving. You know what? Let's have that on.
State saving enabled.
Thank you very much, sir. TCAS VSI. No, we're gonna take the classic one. Do not sync the altimeters. Want to set everything by ourselves. Flip chart options. Come enabled. I think this is you can push the individual rows for the flaps, and then it will set the speed box accordingly. We can try that now and push it again later when the airplane is configured. So we're going to 18 degrees. So that's set all this, and let's set the speed box here. So that our configuration rotate at 18 degrees is 132, and that's set here. That's cool. Yeah, that's very nice. Let's also get the TMS on. Let's run a short test. While that's doing that, we need to set the altimeters. What? No. Good. Let's get that off again. Since this is set, let's get it off for the engine start and on for the takeoff again. Good. Now we need comms radio. Comms radio coming on for the ATIS. Also the ADFs. 1 and 2 can come on already. You know what? Let's set the NDB frequency here. That's 359 for the Ronald's Way NDB. So 359. ADF2. We're gonna leave as is for the time being. Let us have an NDB, no, not an NDB, an ATIS frequency. That's 123880. So coming here, 123880.
Ronald's Way Airport information, Echo 1000 Zulu. Wind 132 at 10. Visibility 6. Sky condition, cube clouds at 2,700 feet, cube clouds at 4,900 feet, ceiling 13,800 feet broken. Temperature 15. Dew point 10. QNH tree 0.21.
That's correct.
ILS runway 8 in use. Landing and departing runway 8. DFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Echo. Ronald's Way Airport information, Echo 10.
Good, that's perfect. That is set. Airport elevation is 52, showing 40, just above 40. Yeah, where to stand. So there can be some variety. 10 feet is okay. Good. Warning, here's your damper. We can, I think, already... No, we leave it off for the engine start. I'm not sure, so we're gonna leave it off now. Good. Hey Ruby, how are you doing? Are you enjoying the weather? It's sunny in Great Britain. We should be thankful for that. It's probably about to change. Bad weather is coming in. There's a big low pressure system to the west of the island that's rolling in, I think, in the course of the day. But for now, we still got some sunshine left. So, also we were here, cockpit pilots, yes, interior cabin, yes, Oxford and Snow, autopilot idle, yes. And I do have a separate access for that, so yeah, that's good, that's good. That's all looking good. Right, so I think with that we are already ready for the engine start. I don't know why this has turned off. But we can turn it back on. And we can get ready for the pushback. About like so, seems good. Let me just check if we have to turn off the AC for the startup. Give me a second. Okay, I think I got it. I know what we have to do. So, beacon light coming on. APU air coming off. Both packs coming off. Engine eyes all on for engine start. Seatbelts, of course, now on. And what I saw on the checklist, we already turn on the yaw damper so we don't forget later. And with that, we're all set for the engine start. Let's go. Starter master on, engine 4, start. So we can introduce the fuel now. Oh, we forgot the fuel pumps. There we go, of course we need the fuel pumps. And now we're starting up. That's great. Good, so the one has enough. Starter lights are out. Number 3. Coming up on 20%. Introducing the fuel. Light off and 1 coming up. Just waiting for the low pressure light and the starter lights to go out, which is the case now. Starting number 2. Good, pushback is completed, parking brake is set. Fuel coming on the number 2. Monitoring N1 and the temperature. But it's all coming on. And with the lights off. Final engine, number 1, starting up. That's 20%. And 2, introducing the fuel. Waiting for the light off. As temperature rising and 1 rising. Good. Low oil pressure warning. Come out, starter lights out. With that, engine selector to off, starter master going to off. Pure air and the packs coming back on. Engine anti-ice coming off. Engine pump 2 on. Engine 3 pump on. AC pump staying on auto, PPU is on. Generator 4 coming on, generator 1 coming on, galley power coming on. Good, so with that, then turn the TMS back on. Flaps coming to 18 for takeoff. Again, setting the trim. Setting the V-box. Got ice protection warning. That seems like, yeah, we of course we forgot that we're on the ice protection. Of course, all on. Ice detection on. But no wing or tail anti-ice for the moment being. So now, brake fans are selected on. They are selected to auto. Why are they on? We can turn those off. And the only warning is the parking brake and the flight recorder, which is linked to the parking brake. So these will all go off when we are ready for the taxi. So then, taxi lights come to on, and let's go. Let's taxi. So the spoilers and lift bumpers also have been checked. Let's check the flight controls. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, and neutral. Also the rudder, full left, full right, and neutral. So give me just a second. Where do I need to go? My taxi chart is really not helping, so we're gonna go straight ahead here. we can also turn on head tracking just to try it out. I did install a free version of head tracking, but it seems to work just about fine. We can always check on our good boy Ruby. How are you doing? Looks like a slight uphill here. Let's give it some power. Yeah, I think we are on the right track. And how much are we going up here? Good, there we go. Head tracking is kind of sensitive at times, but yeah, it's working just with a webcam and open source software for free. So for that, that's really good. It's hard to push buttons like that, but for taxiing around, and I guess for the takeoff, this is really great. So then we're coming up on the runway, so let's set up the aircraft. Landing lights coming on. Let's go to the holding point and hold there for a second. Great. So I want to have the yaw dampers on, I want to have the transponder on. And that's what I meant, it's kind of janky at times, so it's hard to press buttons. Good, but flaps are set for takeoff, the speeds are set for takeoff, the TMS is set for takeoff, TMS is also on and set for takeoff. Want to have these strobe lights on for departure. Everything else should be set.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
So let's line up. Again, no warnings here.
Cabin is secure.
No warnings anywhere. Thank you very much, cabin crew. There we go, lined up, and takeoff.
TMS set to takeoff. Speed alive, both sides. Power set, N1 G.
Let's check.
80 knots cross-checked.
It's also checked.
V1. Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb, gear up.
Gear up. So 1,000 feet. Can start to lower the nose. Get this to vertical speed and turning on the autopilot. Let's turn off head tracking for a second. With that, we can set our intercept course to the VOR, get flaps up. So let's go over to indicated airspeed now. Since we've got pretty much 250 knots. Also crossed 5,000 feet, so the engine air can now come on. APU air coming off, APU generator coming off. Electric panel, yes. Yeah, that's expected if the generator is off, and we can stop the APU. That gets rid of the warning, that's nice. Also landing lights can come off. I just passed 10,000, so the seatbelt signs can come off. Already got the mainland in sight. And since we're approaching our outbound radio, we go to lateral navigation. No, not lateral navigation. Is this your localizer? That should be it, right? Let's see what the airplane is doing. What it's looking like, it's going for the intercept. Now leveling out the wings. And now with the radio coming in, intercepting. Good, let's get the heading bug up. And with that we're very well en route to London, entering the cruise section of our flight. Just coming up on 15,000 feet. 13,000 feet more to go. I will provide you with some cinematics during the flight, but yeah, shortening the cruise as much as possible, nothing much happening. It's about an hour or so of flying time, and I'll report back when we're closing in and on London City. Yeah, so that's what happens if you don't pay attention, if you pay attention to the kitty cat and not the plane. But since we're approaching the Honolulu VOR, let's reset our view here and discuss our approach. Let's bring in Navi graph charts here just for a second. So we're at 28,000 feet, want to be 2,000 feet. One time we reach London City Airport to cross over the NDB. Yeah, when we cross the VOR here, Honolulu, it's about 90 miles to go. That's pretty much perfect, the perfect place to start our descent. Leave our cruise altitude. Descent down to 5,000 feet initially. Let's see, maybe we can continuously descend down to 2,000 feet. We're gonna see where we're at, if we are on the glide, on the right track, if we're high, if we're low. Yeah. So we got, let's change this here also to the Honolulu VOR. Have to re-engage that. 5 miles to go. So with that, yeah, let's get rid of altitude mode, indicated airspeed mode. It's also, you know, we can play around with the thingy here, how is it called? TMS, Thrust Modulation System. So we're just crossing the VOR, so it's probably a good idea to go to heading hold. No, you don't want to? That's now coming back in. Going back to... Yeah, so, there we are. I want to also have London set. 103.6 here, so 103.6 is pre-selected. Good. So that's fine, that's fine. We're descending with 270 knots. Let's bring this back over here. So how are you doing? You are descending, that's awesome. Let's also arm the altitude, 5,000 feet, so we don't blast through that. It's looking very good. Let's set 113.6 over here. 58.4, so we get a DME reading. Also descent. So that's 820, no, descent. Wants to come down more. Okay. So it's 60% of. It says 60% of N2. It's not. It's neither. You're saying that's okay, and 2,000 feet per minute is fine. 22.5k feet at 50 miles out. That's fine. In London, yeah, in London we want to have 5,000 feet by the time we reach London. So in 50 miles we want to have 5,000 feet. That's 15,000 feet to go. That's about right. That seems about right. But also we need to slow down to 250 prior to reaching 10,000. So yeah. But it's all looking good. What are you saying, Ruby? He's enjoying the weather. It's looking quite calm today. yeah, let's also check the meter in London. Let's see what we have now. Is this the 39? Okay, that's correct. On 0 and 5 knots of wind. Yeah, that's fairing 09er. Not by much. Broken and overcast, so yeah, that's a little bit worse weather than we had on the Isle of Man. Still manageable. QNH 1022. Yeah, didn't go to standard even. You know what? While we're at it, we're descending. Let's go 221022. So that's looking good. Still got a long ways to go. Let's reduce the power even more. Let's really go down to 60% and 2. So that's here. Also, let's go. No, we got time. We got time till 10,000 feet. I wanted to go to vertical speed, but there's no need for that. So can we already change over to the London VR here? No. Procedure is we're going to heading mode. Then we're changing the VOR. Can we bring that in just a little bit? That's looking great. From there, bringing the heading back up. Awesome, great. So, 35 miles to go. When we're reaching 15,000 feet, we're gonna go to vertical speed mode for a second. Just bring up the vertical speed just a bit. Ice detected, that's not good. Let's get all of that stuff on. Can we see this ice from the outside? Let me see. It's straight. So there doesn't seem to be any big visible ice buildup on the plane. That's nice. We got clear weather anyway. So we're just gonna leave that running for a while. So 14,000 feet. Going to vertical speed. Oh, come on. Bring the nose up just a little bit. Back to vertical speed. Waiting for 250 to come in. And we're pretty much at idle now. So there's 250 going back to indicated airspeed. Great. So we also want to set the NDB for London City, which is 322. Set this. Am I stupid? Where's my NDB? Where's my ADF? That's here. 3. Let's go over here a bit. 3:22. So that doesn't receive yet, but that's okay. Also I want to have the other marker there. So 3:22. It's also set to ADF. Let's get this to VOR. This to ADF. Red flag for now. Let's monitor that. Good, so we're 15 miles out of London. Heathrow. Well, after we want to go heading 086, so that's already set that here. That's 086, not about. So we can switch over once we're there. Also 10,000 coming up. So we're setting the landing lights on. Fasten seatbelt signs coming on. Also, to stay on top of things, we're already starting the APU. You know, just to stay on top of everything. So, alright, can I have my approach chart here, maybe? That would be awesome. Is the keyboard working? E, G, L, C. Approach 09. So we have all of that in there. Want to have 111.15, we already can set that here. With your electricity, yes. APU jam can come on, APU air. Where's the air? Air can come on. Engine air coming off. Engine anti-ice coming off. Ice protection. Already. How to get this off. Good, no warnings. So London Heathrow is about to come up. There it is. Look at that. Let's have a quick glance from the outside before we have to start our turn. So it's about time now to start the turn. Going to heading mode. Turning this to 086. We're at 7,000 feet. Let's already get this down to 2,000 now. Arm that. So we overshot that a little bit. Let's go for an intercept. So there's the city of London, there's the airport. So the ADF is still not receiving. This is kind of strange. VOR is receiving. Let's bring the plane onto the VOR. Why is the ADF not receiving? It should be. Set this to that's really strange. But it's 3:22, right? Let me see again. 3:22. London City. Oh, we also wanted to set 1115. So that's ILS frequency. How does our heading look? Set this here. And it looks like the ADF has caught on, so that's great. Let's get heading mode on. Set our final approach course 092. So that's all looking good. Let's get the cabin ready for landing.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing. Cabin is secure.
So again, we want to cross the NDB. Coming outbound 065 for 1 minute. For that we have to watch the clock. Go a little bit more to the right. And then back inbound to the NDB. Crossing it outbound 304. So that's it now.
Autopilot disconnected.
Autopilot coming off. Flying manually. Let's have some air brake. Keep descending to 2000 feet. That's great. Flaps 18. Let's keep descending. So that's about 1 minute, turning back towards the NDB. That's good, let's stay at about 180 knots while still descending.
2500.
That's good.
Speed check below 205. Select gear down.
Get down. And it's 500 feet to go. Having a look at our NDB needle, should start approaching 272, and then we're correct on the bearing to the NDB. And that's looking very nice.
Speed checked below 180. Select flaps 24.
We're gonna wait till we cross the NDB for that. That's the runway right in front of us, but of course we're gonna come in from the other side. Just 2,000 feet, trimming out, adjusting the power. And we're going directly to the airport, to the NDB. The weather is way too good. It's not get too slow. So once again, outbound course then.
Lights
From
cruise
the-
5. 1 dot to go.
Yeah, we're not going to come in from this direction, thank you. So let's get the heading. Heading about to 302, 304. Just as a reminder, this is painfully slow.
Speed checked below 170. Select flaps 30.
Oh, we're dropping. That's not good. Let's get back to 2000. So then we crossed the NDB. Going to 304 up to a distance of 5 miles. Sounds good. Flaps 24. There's 2,000 feet. Let's also get skied early on, so we can have replays. Get this over there. Started recording. Good, great. Way too high. Should really concentrate on the flying. I feel a bit of turbulence, but it's really way too nice for London. Where's the challenge in that? So 1 mile to go before we start the turn. Still holding 160 knots. And 5 miles. Let's bring her in. Now we're about to cross some probably super famous soccer stadium that I don't know the name of. Slowing down a bit too much for my taste. But let's also get head tracking on. Good. And too high, just a bit. Flaps 30. Let's aim for the city. And intercept the ILS. 2100. Let's descend the last 100 feet. Retrim for the flaps. The localizer is coming alive. So is the glide slope. One above. And idle. Let's do a speed brake out. Flaps full. We're expecting slide. Crosswind from the left.
1,000.
What was it? 5 knots?
Terrain.
And let's not drop too low. 1,000 feet per minute. Let's recatch the glide. Doing all this in idle. Let's recatch the glide, I said. Don't want to risk it go around.
500.
There we go.
Glide slope.
I know. Doing it visually now. So the puppies are red, but we are right on the glide. That's strange. Don't worry.
50. 40. 30.
Speed brakes out.
40. 10.
Reliable.
Oh my god. Stick pusher, why? We were too slow. Oh man. What?
Yellow and green spoilers.
That was not a good landing. But we are down.
80 knots.
Yeah, let's see the replay on that in just a second.
Brake pressure seen.
Ah, we missed that.
60 knots.
Great. Let's exit. You okay there, bud? That was a firm landing. That was a proper London City landing, once again. Great. So speed brakes and spoilers come in and flaps stay out. I'm gonna stop here for a second, grab the replays, and then we're gonna taxi back to the gate. Good, so parking brake comes off, head tracking comes on. Let's taxi back. Flaps coming up. Enter the runway. can leave the landing lights on. Good, so let's backtrack on the runway, and I guess I'll see you at the gate then for the shutdown. I mean, it does look really cool with all these buildings, with the real buildings in the background and stuff. That does look cool. So, oh, we were at, no, this is taxi light, right. To the front is taxi light. Oh, let's go, right here. Okay, we have this stand. Is this a stand? How do we park here? Oh, is this for... Well, we're just gonna turn around, I don't even care. So we can taxi ride out the next time. You don't mind, do you? So since we're at the stand, get the landing lights off. Get the... No, come on. I can't do it with the head tracking. Yeah, we're just gonna park like this. Like complete idiots. We don't care. Like this. Oh, that APU is running. Let's recheck. Let's get head tracking off for a second. Right, so we got APU air on, we got the APU generator on. Get the engine generators off. Get the engine pumps off. Get the engines off. That's great. Also want to get the strobe light off, the beacon light off. What else? Now we can get the fasten seatbelt signs off. All fuel pumps except left inner can come off. The ice detection can come off. All the ice protection can come off. Engine is already off. Yeah, I know. We want to have that. Let's get rid of the warnings. Good, with that. Is the weather radar needs to go to off, of course. So we don't toast anyone. Can we turn this off here? Yesness. Good. Right. Let's open the door. You guys can get out. I hope you enjoyed the flight. There you go, set the chocks. It's all good. Righty, so, yeah, I'm gonna continue to power down the aircraft. You guys can go, you enjoy London, you go to the pubs. Righty. You happy too? I'm happy. Well, the landing was shite, as they say in London. But we made it in one piece, still. Was an okay landing for London City. And, you know, for the Turbojet Rodeo. We don't take things too seriously here. Right, but if you made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the content, you can always subscribe to my channel and give the video a like. It greatly helps me out. I'm trying to reach 1000 subscribers by the end of the year. And apart from that, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.